Hey everyone, we are picking up today with some more Dark Souls. Who'da thunk it? And we are actually going to be starting at the Asylum today to pick up our Titanite slab. We're going to kick it old school with some Courage the Cowardly Dog, and we're going to return that slab. If you get that reference, I love you. I'm not in love with you, but I love you. So we're going to try and make this jump. And probably fail at it. Oh, we got there. All right, not too shabby. I did some off-camera work a little bit. Went to the Great Hollow, picked up the Chloranthy ring, wearing it now, helping out. I took out some of the crystal lizards, that way I could buff my armor a little bit. As you can see, I did actually. I picked up the great magic weapon, and it's so dumb. I don't need it. I did put 3 more levels into Int. I went ahead and leveled up, spent some souls, 8 Ornstein's soul to get there, and just kind of, you know, being dumb, doing damage. So that should kind of get you guys up to speed. And we are almost where we need to be. I want to save this guy. Especially because I've got a slower character right now, can really give me a decent amount of troubles. The big trick with this boss fight is that you basically want to be behind him at all times. I don't think none of his attacks can hit directly behind him, and only, let's see, he only has one attack that can really reposition him. So pretty much you just need to get yourself into position and you should be good for the rest of the fight. With a slower character, though, that's going to be a bit of a pain. He has a tendency to move around a lot. He has a pretty good pivot going, so that might be a little bit tricky to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and change to our Lingering Ring, and I am going to go ahead and double buff. So we will start out with some Power Within, with the wrong spell equipped, because we're awesome like that. Switch over here, get a great magic weapon going, and we are going to land and we're going to heal. So there's a landing, ouch, go ahead and heal, and we are going to eat a little bit of damage there, that's alright. Alright, he's going for that again. That attack that he did right there just goes straight forward. This is the attack where he repivots. It can be a good opportunity to heal or to get in some damage. You can see we're getting in pretty good damage. This has a little bit of a backwards explosion to it, so you can't be right up against his butt. But I mean, it's not the hardest thing in the world to dodge. You can see we're just tearing through his life. This is gonna hurt. Oh, jeez, we didn't make it through. Gotta wait for him to land all the way. We were getting ahead of ourselves. So double fist it. Bam. What you know about damage output, son? Oh, you really? You're just gonna make the fight that easy, are you? Oh, unless we totally whiff. Jump one more time, come on. Oh, there you go. He is cooperating. And you're done, son. You're done. Go home. I believe in the words of Archer Booyakasha. I mean, how easy was that fight when you have the most beastly weapon ever created? So, here we go. We got another free level. I'm just going to wander around for a bit like an idiot trying to find the ladder. There it is. Now we actually have a choice where we want to put that level. I think we're going to sub out our ring back to the Chloranthy ring. Because we are good on Int. We're not going to get a better catalyst. We might be able to use the Manus catalyst with this build, but I don't think it's going to give us better magic adjustment than the Ulasil one. The Ulasil has a fixed one at 180, so it actually adds something like it'd be about 200 damage to our weapon, which is pretty darn substantial. But yeah, we're not going to do better, so putting points into Int is basically worthless. Strength, we are only getting 1 point back from that, as you can see on the right weapon stat, so it's pointless to do that. We can put it into Vitality. We're at just about 1,000 health, which is pretty healthy, or we can put it into Endurance. And I think we're going to go for Endurance, And the reason why is because we still don't have enough to wear our helmet. So we're going to want that eventually for the full armor. It's not going to happen anytime soon, but it'll be nice when it does. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot the most important part. Because I have the weaponsmith box. We're going to reinforce that weapon, and we are going to get it all the way up. So it is going to be... There it is. There's our full plus 15. So the normal attack rating, 654. If we apply our great magic weapon, it's going to be probably about like 850 or so, something like that. 852, yeah. So that means that we should be doing about that much damage to this dude. He doesn't have any armor to speak of. Or 644. I mean, that's also good. Oh, if we two-hand it, then it gets us up to 877. So you can really see diminishing returns. Because for those unfamiliar, and this is just what I've heard, so I'm assuming that it's true. If not, whoever told me this, I hate you. But basically, two-handing the weapon gives you an additional 50% strength. So even if we raise our strength from 46 to 69, haha, sex position, even if we did all that, we'd only be getting an additional, whatever that was, like 30 attack rating out of it. Totally not worth it. Oh, actually, it didn't even occur to me to use the bonfire back there to warp out. I'm still not used to having the Lord Vessel on this guy. That's alright, we're here. And for the rest of today, we're probably just going to cover the Painted World. Been meaning to go back there, take out Priscilla. Should be... Every boss from this point forward should be a piece of cake. I mean, you saw what we did to that demon. You saw what I did to that window. I was just an innocent bystander. Again, if you get that reference, I love you. If you get both those references, I might actually be in love with you. Probably not, though. Got a pretty steady thing going with this girl. You might have heard of her. Goes by the name of Rosie Palmer. Yeah. I am that classy today. I really am. I also picked up the Suicide Firekeeper Soul over in Blighttown, so I'm going to go ahead and get us up to +3. Might make a difference. Seeing as we're tanking, we can let our health get a little bit lower than if we had quick rolls. So, I mean, it could very well be relevant. So we're going to go ahead and go to this bonfire. And I don't have the one by Dark Sun Gwendolyn unlocked yet. Let's see. We could probably stand to unlock that on this trip, just so we can come back and take care of him pretty easy after we make it through Nito. And I'm not really sure what the order I want to do the Lord Souls in this time around. I think probably the Four Kings is going to be where we'll start, just because it's going to be an easy fight. I'm trying to think. We could take on Nito after that. Might want to just stop at dusk to pick up the Cast Light Miracle. Now we're either going to want that or a lantern before we go in. We're also going to want that before we make it to the DLC, just so that way we can get the additional, is it the silver pendant in there? I've only ever picked it up once, basically worthless, handy only in that area, and we're not planning on doing PvP, so I mean, we're not too concerned with that. So, I don't know. As usual, as I've been saying, keeping it loose. Keeping it loose. You'll see I picked up some stuff here. This was where I had to get the Great Magic Weapon. I just picked it up to see what the int requirement was. I was like, 15? Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. And, yeah. I'm also, against these guys, I'll probably show off the attack radius on this weapon, just because I think it's pretty funny. And these guys are weak enough where you can get a pretty good example. Basically, we're just going to try and get 3 of these guys on us. Come on. Try and stab me. Alright, so now we've got 3 guys going. We got 2 guys going, 2 throwing knives, which is not where we want to be. There we go. Now we got a party. So then we just go, whoop, and we hit one of them. If we do it right here, we should get all of them. Yeah. So I mean, that's you can't complain against that, you know. Plus, it's got a good turning radius, great fuel economy. You know, it's the full package. full package here. So we'll get all of them again. Bam. Ah, I didn't know they could actually do backstabs. I learned something today. I usually only ever pull one at a time, so I can do backstabs too. Oh, I couldn't even survive the first hit? I was hoping we'd get something impressive. Now, this is going to be a pain because we don't have a good way of dealing with the big old toxic guys. So we might just wind up rushing through. Basically, I mean, this area is great for grinding out souls. The enemy to soul ratio is not that impressive, or is not that difficult. It is impressive. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. It's good for grinding out. You also have an NPC that can invade, so I guess at some point, probably after I unlock the shortcut, I'll turn human, fight him, find a nice cliff, throw myself off it. This is, I've been invaded here a few times, so I mean, it's not by any means a hot spot. I think especially with the DLC, a lot of players move there now. But, you know, just don't want to risk it. Don't want to risk the embarrassment. For me, I couldn't put anyone to shame with this weapon. I mean, unless they were like the scrubbiest of scrubs. And the scrubs just can't get no love from me. From what I hear, they usually tend to congregate around the passenger side. Let's see, if we do that, I'll take it. I think if you backstab these guys that they can't toxic you, but looks like if you just beat the crap out of them they can't either, so I guess there's that. Got that going for us. I don't think that I'm going to kindle this bonfire. I think that 5 should be plenty. I think if we get lucky, we will kill Crossbreed Priscilla on the first run. The reason why I say if we get lucky, I just imagine that we'll be able to either get her... Come on now, there we go. We'll either be able to get her stunned, break her out of it, or it's just going to take 1 or 2 hits as soon as she turns invisible anyway. Wasting my precious Estus. Or we are just basically going to... She'll be dead before the fight even starts. I mean, it's going to be one of those scenarios. And we're going to ignore all these guys, because they just aren't worth the trouble. Let her stamina recharge a bit, and there we go. Now we're past there. I mean, this place, it's not too bad. You can easily run through it. The worst part is that if you aggro Priscilla and you cannot take her, then you are stuck forever. And that is the worst thing that can happen to you. I've never had it happen where a character I had ended on her, and I am just going to be a total idiot here. Oh geez, one of the hawk dudes. Oh, that's no good. That is no good at all. Yeah, I just wanted to show off, again, just the massive arc on this thing, and just how much ass it kicks. But that Hawkman is making our life difficult. He's making our life very difficult because his attacks will mess you up. They absolutely will. But now we got the level shortcut open, so who cares? And we should just be able to beat the crap out of him from back here. The only redeeming quality about those enemies is that... There's a dude there. The only redeeming quality about those guys is that they drop souvenirs of reprisal, so you can farm them if you want to get all of the... I think it's a miracle, this Dark Moon Blade. If you want to get all the miracles without having to do any PvP online, then you can just farm those guys, which I did do when I was playing this on the Xbox, but on the PC I just don't care about the achievements. They're not as important to me. So, now we are humans, so we can be invaded by the Xanthus King Jeremiah. I believe he has insane magic resistance, so we won't worry about buffing. And what we are going to do, however, is equip the Hornet Ring. Because we have a new best friend. And he is going to feel all of our wrath. Usually wait for that to deflect off, and it looks like it wasn't in the cards that time. But yeah, as you can see, we're killing these guys in one hit. They're nothing like we didn't fight in the depths. They might have a little bit more health, but 360 souls a pop, I mean, that's really the amount of effort. And I'm sure that you saw against the Phalanx enemies there, I mean, we took out, what was it, like 5 of them with a single attack and got 5,000 souls, and it is right next to the bonfire, so you can easily farm those guys. If we wanted to, we could also pick up some pyromancies over here. Going to opt not to, well, not to use them. We could actually use it because we do have pyromancies. So there he is. He just spawns right up here. He's going to try and cast a pyromancy, but we are just going to bash him in the back. Oh, missed. And that means that we're not going to see how much damage we can do with the Hornet Ring, because our first attack is just going to kill him outright. Actually, we're just going to kill him with 2 normal attacks, apparently. That's okay. So, we will pick up his souls as soon as I change off the equipment. There we go. And actually, because we've got a free one, I mean, we might as well kindle. Which means I can go ahead and not feel guilty about healing, and I can go ahead and take on some of these guys. With this many souls, feels kind of dumb to expose yourself to risk, but for that many souls in return, why not? In this place, if you're short on levels, coming here is never a bad idea. Looks like we're getting, well, that's actually not an even number, so I'm trying to figure this one out. It's a bit of a conundrum, huh? Looks like 600 souls apiece, so it's not too bad. The game is cheating pretty hardcore as far as frame rates go. Actually, I haven't looked at the counter up. My frame rate's chugging a little bit in this area, which is kind of strange. It's usually pretty good around here, but oh, it's not like it's unplayable. A lot of PC gamers are pretty snobbish about that. So yeah, you know, if it's not playing at 60 frames, why'd I even bother? But I play this game at 30, and it's not too big a difference, so I'm not too worried. So we'll level up. We got enough for 2, both into endurance. And that puts us at 78. Equipping the helmet, I think, takes us up to 80, so we still have a little bit of a ways to go. Yeah, 80, so we still can't do that, but it should only be like 2 more levels. So basically the next boss that we take out, the next of the main bosses that we take out, I should say, will get us there. Because Priscilla, probably not going to do the trick. And I said I was going to kill myself, but I think I might just run through. And even if we get invaded, we'll be pretty close to the end of the level anyway. So, for those of you keeping track, that was 7 for 1 attack. There's another 3. Just boosting up some souls. Oh, actually, I forgot. We need to unlock the level shortcut. Or, not the shortcut, but the way to the boss arena. So we still have that to do. So, I don't know, we might get invaded. Could just kill myself on a bone wheel. It's not like it's that hard to do. So actually, what I'm gonna do is unequip all those. That way I can switch back and forth. The best way to tell if you're being invaded is to have a homeward bone in your inventory. You can just toggle between that. Oh, come on now, shield. I got you because you block. There we go. And especially if you're in an area where you're doing lots of parries or just have a lot of free time, you can just toggle back and forth. If you ever see it grayed out, somebody's trying to invade you, especially on the PC version, there's a good chance that they won't actually make it through to you. If your game starts to save and you're not quite sure why, then that's a pretty good sign that someone's coming in on you. But it's not the end of the world. That guy had no clue what he was doing. Wound up paying the price. This guy, as long as we're in the neighborhood. And I know that I missed the other sorcery, I just don't care. So there we go. Fire Surge. It's going to do all of like 5 damage when we use it. So we've not upgraded our flame at all. Not sure if they changed the way that the power within works, but it used to be, unless it currently is, that the level 1 doesn't deal as much damage to you as if you were to upgrade it. Like if you have a level 10 Pyromancy Flame and you use power within, then it saps away, like 200% health instead of 100%. That might have been a rumor, might be a real thing. Don't care to find out. As long as it gives me the damage boost, I'm a happy man. Now these guys are notorious for taking away stamina when you're using a shield. If you try and block their attack, like the best advice is usually just move out of the way. This character, he don't care. He don't care. So that unlocks the path to the boss. Crossbreed Priscilla. Just want to make sure that this area is moderately clear before we continue. Now these guys, I was saying before on the other guys, like, if they weren't really worth the souls that they drop, basically, those guys, they can be a bit of a pain. 1,000 souls for killing one of them, not too bad of a compensation. As you can see, they're messing us up a little bit. So we are just going to escape. They are the Zubats of this game. And again, I actually get to use my cheap strategy against Priscilla this time, which makes me super happy. The cheap strategy, of course, being that you just cower in a corner with a great shield, and she only, I think the max that she can do is 3 attacks. I'll know as soon as I get there what the rhythm is, but I think it's 3 attacks. And then after that, you are free to get in 1, and then you just go ahead and turtle again. So we'll go with the same power within, great magic weapon to start the fight. That might lead to a situation where we have to run away a little bit, just because our health will get low from turtling. But she won't be able to get through her great shield. Her bleed, the great shield will stop that as well. Stops negative PvE status effects, so we are set there. This is a trap, but the enemies just don't know that it's a trap for them yet. And bam. I mean, like, if you're calling that a trap, it's a game, and I refuse to play, but you just fell for the trap. And he usually, yeah, I was gonna say he usually drops something, so we'll go ahead and pick that up. Nobody's tried to invade us, which is kind of good, kind of sad. You know, it makes me think that I smell funny or something. I think we'll heal at the start of this fight. Just beat a full life bar going in. If we were to save, we could pick up Jeremiah's armor set, but we won't worry. Yeah, we are just going to kill the crap out of you. It's nothing personal, I hope you realize, but it just has to be done. Oh, I forgot to equip the ring. Oh well, stamina recovery isn't all bad. We will try and get the tail right here, not in the cards. Okay, but that took out literally half of her health. So, alright. Cheese strategy. So, here's a nice little corner area that we can stand by. We can see their footsteps. So there's 1. No follow-up. There's 2. Okay. Chicka chicka what? Yeah. I mean, most boss fights don't usually deserve it. But she was talking smack like, what are you doing? I'm gonna mess you up. We're gonna fight. We're gonna throw down. You wanna throw down? We'll throw down. It's gonna be a bro down in here. And I just kind of brought it. Oh man, this build. Oh man. She had no idea. Wow. And that gets us some more free levels. I say free like we didn't just earn that, but if you saw that fight and you're like, yeah, I think that you earned it, you need to get your head checked, because that was just a cold beatdown. And at some point we'll be eating her soul for sustenance. Not right now, though. We're just going to eat everybody else's. Not even sure if that'll get us close to a level or not. Actually, didn't realize that we could get invaded right here, so we'll go ahead, use this bonfire. Just that way, if we do get invaded, we can just come right back here, and we can pick up our souls or we die. Yeah, all the excitement of watching some dude use his items. All this for free, you say? On YouTube? Can life get any better? I submit that it cannot. And we're still about 7,000 short. And are we still short on the helmet? I think that we are by 0.2 pounds. So I'm just not going to worry about looking up if it's better to sell it to Framped or not. I'm just going to eat her soul now. Tasty little soul morsel, and there we go. So now, our endurance high enough where we can be in full giant armor with this big axe, with this big shield, and still move around. How cool is that? So, I guess I don't really know what the next steps are. It's just going to be taking out some of the lords. I guess I could go over here and at least get the probably just mess up the boars. Pick up some of this items, take out the mimic just to kind of show it off. But I mean, you saw how bad we messed up Priscilla. That was almost a crime what we did there. Well, actually, I think that we have to be pardoned for it, so it basically was a crime. But yeah, I mean, I'm not concerned about the rest of this game. I'm absolutely not concerned. So we were just able to completely block that, no damage taken. We can draw two of these guys, don't even care. We can kill them in one hit. I mean, that is just savage. Alright, so let's see. One of these is an imposter. One of these is going to get bashed in. And found it. That one is true. I think that's just another... Oh no, it's Crystal Halberd. I thought it was another gold coin, but I am mistaken. Clearly. Ooh, Twinkling Titanite. Actually, that's going to be pretty nice. It saves us about 8,000 souls for upgrading our armor, so hooray for that. Huh. Oh right, I'm two-handed. Like, how did that get through? That's not supposed to happen. What is a sensation that you call pain? I thought that was reserved for mere mortals. So, I guess with that display of power, I'm just gonna leave it off there. So I will see you guys next time around. We will go ahead and take out some of those Lord Vessel guys. Sentence. Bye.